Steve Kerr is a tactical nightmare for the NBA. There's a secret as to why the Warriors are dominating, despite battling coaches who think they know exactly what the Warriors run. Steve Kerr has a master plan of counters, which only get more detailed throughout this video. Stashing non-shooters in the corners such as Draymond Green and Kevon Looney has become Steve Kerr's cheat code. Who would have thought, but putting bigs in the corners actually leads to wide open threes. Part of the key to this working is because Draymond's man, as you can see here, will often sag inside to help. Shooters like Steph Curry come for the handoff, and this defense has no way to switch on this play. With Curry parked on the adjacent wing, this is a huge tell for blind pig action handoff. Yeah, blind pig is a three-person backdoor action in which the ball handler passes to a big who then passes to a guard running by him toward the hoop. Mike Brown from the Kings has literally been blowing up Steve Kerr's plays.
Hey Mike, we got all new plays now. You don't know any of them. We got all new plays.
So Kerr's been using a different initial setup to disguise blind pig. It begins with changing the first movement. As you can see, the opposite side now runs a screen followed by a dribble handoff, which keeps the defense guessing. Now they can run the blind pig, and Draymond then steps into that gap. Harrison Barnes is now expecting the handoff, so he's ready to switch so Steph doesn't get the open three. Draymond then slips the screen and gets a wide open lane to the rim. The Warriors love to take advantage of bigs hanging around the rim with other sets as well. Their Gaggle split action has to be one of their staples over the past couple of years. In this Gaggle set, Jordan Poole screens for Steph to curl and cut inside. Looney then screens for Jordan Poole. Well, why would he do that? Well, it's because Looney's man is sagging off in the paint, wanting to help, leaving no one to help on the screen for Jordan Poole, and he gets a wide open shot. Now here's a slight variation, as it looks like it could be a Gaggle where Steph cuts through back towards the rim. Instead, it's actually a double screen from Horns, which is two players at the top. Notice Draymond Green's man sagging off here, so it gets the same result. Once again, they fake that Gaggle, and Steph doesn't go inside, he stays outside to set a screen again. Take a look and see if you can find which person is sagging too deep off of their man. That is who the Warriors will pick on here, as Klay gets another great look. So once again, the Sacramento Kings know this is coming. So what do the Warriors do? Well, Steve Kerr has now started to set triple split screens, or as I actually like to call tops, which is just short for triceratops. Now take a look at how high every single defender plays on this. Everybody's up at the three-point line. Now Len here has been coached really well, and he knows that this action leads to wide open threes. So he switches and steps up high, anticipating the three. My dear friends, with a switch, what do we do from here? That's right, we slip that screen for the goodest results. Now the Warriors here run their own variation of Floppy. Floppy is a play where you start with a shooter on the baseline and he receives screens as he comes back to the top. Now this original play right here begins with a screen followed by a reversal of the ball. Klay now has two choices as this play sets up. He can go right for a single down screen, or he can use the double stagger screen on the left. Klay moves left and he gets a great look for a three-pointer. Now the Warriors can't just run the plain version of Floppy during the playoffs. I discovered that they've made use of a similar Floppy action involving a curl by Steph Curry. The first action, Steph will curl in on the screen. Then Looney, who just set the screen, sets one more for Klay as he comes from the bottom going up to the top. Floppy action. Now, Steph actually has one really important job first, and that's to make a brief contact with Sabonis, which will delay him from contesting Klay Thompson. Now the extra wrinkle that I found is my favorite. This time Steph intentionally doesn't try and contact Sabonis. I'll get back to that in a bit. Because of this, Sabonis is able to switch and close out better on the shooter. Well, who in the Gooder gang remembers the counter to a hard switch? That's right, it's a slip to the basket. Now remember that Steph cut from earlier. Rather than bumping the big, he actually went directly into the help defense and screens Malik Monk, who would be the help defender against Kevon Looney. Now head tap is a play I covered in a previous video. Now this is a set designed for Andrew Wiggins that gets a cross screen action leading to deep post ups. Mike Brown once again blowing up the head tap with switches. Steve Kerr has countered this counter and started running head tap for Steph Curry. Instead of getting that same cross screen though, Dante DiVincenzo angles his screen differently and turns it into a zipper screen, as there's even one more bonus screen to come. Mike Brown has made Steve Kerr work like I have never seen before, which you can find packed into this video to the left, Beyonce.